Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today our group will present the assignment for business economic. The topic is elasticity. Okay. Our group member is Nabihah Huda binti Syahdan and Muhammad Syahir I'rfan bin Salahuddin, which is me, and Wajdi Asyraf bin Udin. Okay, now we will go through the question 1. We will go to question 1. Okay, the question is gas price peaked in 2018. However, there was no measurable decrease in the number of gallons of gas purchased per household until 2020. Identify two reasons the demand for gas is so inelastic. Okay, in the slide, this is the graph answer for the question 1. The shape of the graph is a steeper slope of demand curve. Okay, as you can see, the price is increased from the P1 to P2, and the quantity demanded is decreased from Q1 to Q2. Okay, this graph show us that gas is so inelastic. Okay, now we will go to the answer of question 1. For the answer, the first reason is gasoline have few of substitute goods such as electric vehicle and hybrid vehicle. These two goods are costly for certain people. That is why people prefer to still consume the gasoline even though the price of gasoline is increased. This shows us that gasoline is a normal good for the people in society. Okay, for the second reason, as I said, it is used for daily life and also difficult to substitute and necessary to many citizens for daily life. Okay, now we will go to the question 2. The question is, during this era of high gas prices, consumers began to demand electric vehicles that do not require gas. Will the increase in the availability of electric cars make the demand of gas more elastic or more inelastic? Explain. Okay, this is an answer graph for the question 2. The shape is the same with the question 1, which is steeper slope of demand curve, and you can see that the price is increased from P1 to P2 and the quantity demanded is decreased from Q1 to Q2. Okay, this shows us that the demand of electric vehicle is so inelastic. Okay, for the answer of question 2, demand for gasoline is inelastic because when the price of gasoline is increased, the quantity demanded will less decrease because gasoline is a normal goods. For example, if price increase from 1%, the quantity demanded will decrease to 0.5%. Therefore, the increase in the availability of electric cars make the demand for gas more inelastic. Okay, now I will pass the presentation to Wajdi Asyraf.
Thank you to Syahir. Now I will explain for the answer for question 3 and question 4. First, we will go for the question 3. Alright, the question for question 3 is do you think the supply of electric vehicles is relatively elastic or relatively inelastic? Explain. Alright, on the slide, this is the graph answer for question 3. This graph is represent flatter slope or supply curve for electric vehicles. As you can see, the percentage change in price, which is from P1 increase to P2, is smaller than the percentage change in quantity supplied, which is Q1 increase to Q2. Therefore, supply of electric vehicle is relatively elastic because electric vehicle is known as luxury goods. Next, I will go for the question 4. Alright, the question is, identify one good you believe would likely have a positive cross-price elasticity with cars. What does this imply about the relationship between these two goods? Alright, for the answer is on the slide. This is the graph answer for question 4. Based on the graph, price of product X increased from Px1 to Px2, while quantity demanded for Y also increased from Q1Y to QY2. Thus, the products X and Y are viewed as being substitutes. As an illustration, when price of car is increasing, the quantity demanded for substitute goods for car, which is motor vehicle, will also increase. This situation will show us a positive cost price of elasticity. Next, for the question 5 and 6, I will pass to Nabihah Huda.
Okay, thank you to Wajdi Asyraf. So now we will go through question 5. The question is, assume ABC firm that sells electric vehicles want to increase his revenue. The price of electric vehicles falls from $29,493 to $25,939, and the quantity demanded increases from 7,000 to 10,000 units. If the firm increased price from $29,493 to $32,000, the quantity demanded decreases from 7,000 to 5,000 units. Calculate price elasticity of demand for electric vehicles and advise ABC firm which price to charge based upon your economics knowledge. So let's look at the calculation for scenario 1. So the formula for calculating price elasticity of demand is percentage change in quantity demanded of goods X over percentage change in price of goods X. So the answer that we got is 3.56. Okay, so and let's look at the graph. The percentage change in prices, which P1 decreases to P2. Meanwhile, meanwhile the quantity demanded Q1 increases to Q2. For scenario 2, the formula is the same as scenario 1, which is percentage change in quantity demanded of goods X over percentage changes in price of goods X. So the answer that we got is 3.36. So based on the graph here, it is different with a scenario 1, which the percentage changes in prices P1 increases to P2. Meanwhile, for quantity demanded, Q1 decreases to Q2. Alright, so we can't miss out the explanation for both scenarios. So for this question, we use absolute value to exclude the negative sign. In this case, as EDX is more than 1, demand is relatively responsive to the price changes. In scenario 1, as price decreased by 1%, the quantity demanded for electric vehicles will increase by 3.56%. On the other hand, in scenario 2, as price increased by 1%, the quantity demanded for electric vehicles will decrease by 3.36%. So there is 0.2% difference between scenario 1 and scenario 2. Based on our observation, we suggest ABC firm must stick to sell the electric vehicles by $25,939 to constance the revenue and maximizing the profit rather than increase the price to $32,000, because the quantity demanded will decrease, and this also cause ABC firm will get less profit when sell the electric vehicles. Okay, let's move on to the last question. The question is, suppose incomes increased by 10% and that gasoline consumption increased by 20%. Calculate the income elasticity of demand coefficient for gasoline and identify if it is a normal good or an inferior good. So the formula to calculate this is percentage change in quantity demanded of goods X over percentage change in consumer income Y. So the answer that we got is 2. Therefore, gasoline is a normal goods. A rise in an income by 1% will lead to an increase in quantity demanded for gasoline by 2%. So that concludes our presentation. Thank you very much for watching, and we hope you guys learn a lot about this topic. It is indeed a complicated topic, so all you need is a lot of revision, reading, and do a lot of exercises. And also, we thank Madam Rohida in guiding and helping us through the assignment. We really appreciate her help. Bye and hope to see you again.